Remember, I'm just some guy in a garage. I ain't no professional. My list of jobs on this car is just kind of going like this and this and this and this. Good job I'm thin, innit? Right fellas, welcome back to the video. Today I'm going to be doing the undercarriage of the car. So there's a few jobs I want to do. I want to get some cavity wax in the sills, and I want to get some cavity wax in like the door pocket liners and the door bins. Anywhere where moisture can sit and get trapped, I want to try and protect it as much as possible. I've had a look around the car and it doesn't seem to me like it's got any form of wax oil or anything on it. If it's got anything in the cavities already, essentially all I'm going to do is just top it up. And I've said it a million times, you can't have enough brush protection on a classic Mini. So what I'm going to be doing is, for areas that you absolutely do not see, I've got some Dynax S50. So this is really good for cavities and stuff. Again, this has been recommended to me by quite a lot of people actually, and when I did mention it in one of the videos, a lot of people did recommend Built Amber to do Dynax. So I've got this one here with a massive kind of long bendy nozzle, which you can put in the flutes of the sills, and as you spray it, you pull it out. So yeah, my plan of attack for that is sills, and then where the rear arches are, there's like the closing panel. I had a look underneath and there's like a little gap that I can get that in and just fill that with some Dynax as well. So that's what I've got planned for that stuff. The Dynax UC I'm going to use for inside the door bins, the pocket liners. What else have I got lined up for that? And that's pretty much it for that. So the reason I've gone for UC is it's clear and it dries like just a slight film. Again, everywhere I'm going to be spraying is going to be sat behind a piece of interior trim, but it doesn't mean I'm going to go wild with it and just spray it everywhere. I'm going to try and keep it as neat as possible, because at the end of the day, I'm doing it just as an extra precaution. I'm not, doing it because I use my car daily, which, if you've been following my videos for a while, they're only weekend toys for me. So it's mainly just for when they're sat in the garage, I want to protect them. So yeah, I've got that to do. And in terms of the underneath of the car, as you've seen from a previous video, all the underneath of this car has been painted in what's it called, 2K clear, 2K single stage paint, and it's been lacquered over the top, so it's got a real nice layer of protection on it. It's also been Raptor coated as well before that, so it's got plenty of protection underneath. So I'm not going to be wax oiling underneath. If you was using a Mini every day, I'd recommend getting some more protection underneath there, like wax oil and stuff. But for me, it comes out on a dry day. I don't need that. So what I've opted to do on the underside of it is I've had this for years actually. It needs using up. I used to wipe my car down with this when I had that. So yeah, basically this is a ceramic kind of detailer. So I don't need to wash the underside of this car because it's super clean underneath. It's only a little bit dusty, but if I was doing this after I'd used it all summer, what I'd do is I'd obviously get underneath with the jet wash, some good cleaning products, give it a right good clean first and then go over it with this. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to wipe all the inner arches out with this, all underneath the floor. So like I said, this is a ceramic detailer, and wiping that on will give you 3 months protection in the real world. So for me, if it lasts me 6 months underneath, I'm happy, because I'll just do it again. Doesn't bother me too much. But like I say, the last thing I want to be doing is spraying Dynax all underneath my car when there's no real reason to. So right, I'm going to quit the waffle. Let's get underneath the car and get cracking. Right, okay, so what I've done is I've just had a little test to see how this comes out, just in the bin. And it's like a real fine mist, and it literally just squirts in a big circle. So I'm going to show you the first little bit in real time. Also as well, what you want to do is get some cardboard to stop this stuff dripping on your floor. Obviously, where I'm going in from underneath is the lowest point, so it's just all going to kind of drip out. So basically, at the back of this closing panel here, as you can see, there's like a little hole, and all I'm going to do now is just slide this in that little hole there, like that. I'm going to go right the way in, and you can hear it. And that's done. Also as well, wear gloves, because I've been told this stuff like gets absolutely everywhere. So yeah, that's that bit done. So right, let's crack on with the sills and get busy. Right, okay, so that's all the underside of the cavity is done with the Dynax S50. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave that overnight, and then I'm going to come back tomorrow and clean up underneath the floors where it's leaked onto. As my mate Steve said, it'll be alright overnight. Wait till it's finished what it's got to do, and then go over it with some alcohol wipes. So I shall be back in the garage tomorrow to clean up the mess that I've made, and then crack on with the inside, and then finally we can get the arches done. So what will be 24 hours for me will be a second for you. Right, okay, I'm back. It's actually been a couple of days now, because I've come in last night again and give the whole car another going over with the Dynax. So like I said, done the sills again, done the rear closing panels, basically just for a bit of added protection. And also, if I've missed anything on the previous kind of application, I'll be able to hopefully hit it with the second one. So as you can see underneath now, the Dynax has started to drip out of the flutes, so I'm fairly confident I've got quite a little bit in there, and like I say, it's not run any more than what it did. I come in this morning and checked it, so I'm fairly confident it's stopped coming out now. So what I'm going to do, I've experimented with the rear closing panel, the easiest way to get it off. So I started with alcohol wipes. They were alright, but this panel wipe, microfiber cloth, is way more efficient. Just brings it straight off. So like I say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get underneath the car, get all the excess panel wiped off, and then I'll either move into the interior, or we'll do the arches next. I'll see what mood I'm in first. In fact, before we jump into it, I'll show you how easy it is to come off on this one here first. Basically, give yourself a good going over with some panel wipe. This stuff's really cheap, and it always comes in use having it for like grease and stuff. And basically, that is pretty much it, and it's straight off. So I'll go on that just to clean it with a fresh bit. Yeah, spot on. That was easy. So right, let's crack on with the rest of it. Right, okay, so that's all into the car, fully wiped off. There's no more residues on the underside of it. So what I'm going to do, I think it'll be a quick job, is jump onto the interior. So like I said before, I'm using Dynax UC. And like I said, I'm going to do inside the door bins, rear door pockets. And then if there's anything else that tickles my fancy while I'm in there, I'll get it done. So let's jump in the car and get squirting some of this stuff. Right, okay, so the first port of call is in here. You can see the paint's a little bit thin in there when it's been resprayed, but there's absolutely no signs of rust, which is cool. So basically, what I'm going to do, I'm going to spray it right in this crack here. So I'm not going to go crazy and go all the way up the door here into that seam there, because in theory, water is going to go and land at the bottom with gravity. So water's not going to sit there. So like I said, I'm going to do all along this bottom edge here. I'm in two minds whether to do this cross member or not. I'll decide on that in a bit. The only thing I don't want to happen is when I spray it, I don't want all the Dynax to leak out onto my floor. So I'll make a decision on that one. And then for the rear companion bins, I'm just going to take out that little filler that's on the inside and then spray in there, and then that should be it for the inside of the car. What I might do as well, when that roof liner comes out, I might spray in and around that the rail that the headliner sits into, because obviously that up there is a moisture trap, and obviously it'll allow the Dynax to leak down that B post into obviously that cavity there as well. So yeah, I'm going to get some in here, and then we'll get onto the fun bit, which is the wheel arches. So this stuff, when it comes out, it's literally really watery. So you don't need a lot of it. It's literally just to get in that gap down there, just to stop any rust. I think that'll don't smell as bad as the other one. But if every job in a Mini was that easy, I'd be a very happy man. Now this is the fun bit, where Tony tries to climb in the back of his Mini. Last time I was in the back of a Mini, I got stuck. Good job I'm thin, innit? That Dynax gets everywhere. It's all over my friggin' interior trim, man. Oh well, onwards and upwards. I'm not sure how well you can, what's it called? You can see that, but you can see there, that Dynax has literally gone absolutely everywhere. Luckily, it's only caught the bottom of that door card, that card there, so I'll be able to wipe that off with some panel wipe. So yeah, if anyone's doing this at home, don't do what I do. Right, there we go. Literally, same procedure, just straight in there, at the bottom. So you probably have a mask on when you do this. Right, okay, so all in there has been coated. I've literally coated the full area there with the UC stuff, because it's never going to be seen, so I might as well do it. One thing I've just noticed as well, I've got cutouts there for a ashtray, but in my thing there, it's not been cut out. I'll have to look at that. It's even got a cutout for it there. Right, I'm going to order two of them ashtrays. Not that I need them because I don't smoke, but look at the state of that. Right, yeah, that's done. So I'm going to repeat the process on the other side. I'm not going to bore you with it twice, because it is a very boring job. I don't know whose stupid idea it was to climb in here. Oh. Yeah, look at this. You can see there, it's dripping out on the floor. So that's good, because what that means is that is getting all in that seam there, because there's no question about it, that's the original door skin, so there will be rust within that crack. I don't care what anyone says. I've come to the conclusion now that, you know, minis do have rust, but yeah, hopefully that kills it all off then, which would be nice and protects it. Right, I've got some panel wipe. I don't think there's another option for me to get it off. Microfiber towels. Let's see if it comes off. Oh, buzzing. It's coming straight off. That was lucky, wasn't it? Right, okay, that was very, very lucky actually. It's all come off. Like I say, I had to use panel wipe to get it off, and I'm just giving it a wipe over now with some APC. So yeah, that's a top tip from Tooney. Take your interior out. Don't do what I do. Remember, I'm just some guy in a garage. I ain't no professional. Right, okay, and that's a wrap. The whole car now has been treated, like I say, with the Dynax S50 and the Dynax UC. So a quick recap, just in case anyone's missed anything. So both door pockets for the drivers and passenger side have been done with the UC. Inside either side of the companion bins, obviously passenger side, driver side companion bins, have been sprayed again with UC. The sills have been sprayed in Dynax S50, which is the black stuff. Like I say, they've had 2 coats of that as well. And then the closing panels at the back of the rear wheels have been done in the Dynax S50 as well. So like I say, so I'm fairly confident now. I've got everything I need to on the car. One thing I did do as well is on the door opening, there's a door opening switch. So I pulled that switch out as well, and I fired some Dynax UC in it as well, and it all come kind of dripping out down the back of the plate. So where the Mk1 is, there's like a plate. I think it's like a strengthening plate, so the doors can hang off it. So it must have got in between the cracks of that and dripped out. So that's covered. But yeah, overall, I'm super impressed with that built amber. Like I said, that Dynax, the way it was dripping out of that seam on the doors, wax oil's never ever going to get into there. Like, I thought wax oil was good, but this stuff is just like, it's night and day difference. So if anyone's thinking of doing it, definitely use that. It's more expensive than wax oil, but for me, I think it's a small price to pay to stop your car rusting. So right, anyway, I'm gonna get myself a brew, and then we'll crack on with the wheel arches. Right, I'm back with my coffee, albeit it is a couple of days later. I've had a change of thought. Right, okay, so I've had a change of plan. So like I said, I've had a couple of days thinking about what I'm going to do under these arches, and I want to go for something a little bit more durable. I know I said at the start of the video, even if I get 6 months out of it, I want a little bit more. So I just think, while I've got the car up in the air, I might as well get something a little bit more durable. So I've been looking on the internet for different kind of sealants and stuff. But anyway, I was rummaging around my garage, and I found, this is literally brand new, never used it, some Auto Finesse Tough Coat. Now, I've been on YouTube looking at kind of like all the reviews and stuff on this, and I think for me, I'll get over 12 months out of that protection wise. So I'm going to apply that, but before I apply that, I've got, like I say, some jobs underneath the car I want to do, like the front shock mounts, wants new bolts putting in, just a few other little detailing bits, just to kind of get the car underneath up to the level I want it to be. And then once I've done that, I can put the tough coat and stuff and the sealant all over them bolts and stuff, to obviously keep the water and stop them oxidising and stuff. So yeah, I'm going to wrap this one up today, because I'm a little bit conscious of how long this has gone on for. So the reason I did the inside of the car in kind of real time is I had a lot of messages on Instagram when I put a picture up of doing the sills, and a few people said, like, would you go into a little bit more detail about how you do it? And at that point, I'd obviously already done the sills underneath the car, so that's why I did the inside of the car in sort of real time. It's real simple. There's probably areas on the car which I'm still gonna do. I mean, I've looked underneath the bonnet there, and there's like a little bit of a gap there. I could maybe get some UC in, and I probably just, as I'm finishing off working around the car, I'll probably just keep topping it up and just seeing exactly where obviously I need to do it. But I think for the time being, the majority of the cavities and stuff are done. So yeah, it's another job ticked off the list. My list of jobs on this car is just kind of going like this and this and this and this. I really need to just learn to chill out and just accept that Minis ain't perfect. But we're getting there. And I've got some really exciting news coming up in the next couple of weeks as well, which I'm working on at the minute, and I'm super excited for it. That's all I'm going to say. So, right, as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope this video has been useful to you. If it has, let me know. And if, like I say, if you've got any questions, do get in the comment section. And like I say, if you want to message me on Instagram, you can do, because it's a bit easier to talk on Instagram if you've got any questions specifically about, obviously, the Dynax and stuff. In terms of what I prefer, Dynax or wax oil, Dynax is far superior. I've got a tin of wax oil on the shelf over there. I won't throw it, I'll just keep it up there, but my go-to stuff now will definitely be the Dynax. I just think ease of application, how it gets into all the nooks and crannies, I just think it's unbelievable stuff, and I'm really happy with it. So, like I say, I shall see you next week or the week after with another one, and I'll catch you next time. So, see you in a bit.